I would get some Aquaside pellets personally and take care of, whatever's at the bottom of that lake. But I've seen enough to suggest, like, the Twins are not a great team.
They're not a terrible team.
They're not a terrible team.
They're just like, they're 16th in runs scoring average and 17th in run prevention. Like,
yeah, they're maybe a good team as a ceiling. They're 0-14, negative 52 run differential against the Guardians, Yankees, and Orioles. Those are by far and away the best three teams in the AL. We haven't even been competitive against them.
You know what they are? They're a team that we probably won't be talking about in 15 years from now.
You know what's weird though? But hold on, to like maybe continue down that path. This is like one of the Dane Moore calls the Timberwolves the weirdest team ever. I talked about this with Ross yesterday. The 2024 Twins are holding a pretty damn good case for weirdest team ever, considering how they have gotten to this point. Like, that is valid. I do think that there is, even regardless of them not achieving their goals, this season as a whole has been a very memorable season considering how they got there.
They have a lot of really interesting pieces, but they also have some unplayable pieces that they keep running out there on a regular basis, and it all adds up. Like, if they didn't have such top-heavy talent, Royce Lewis, Carlos Correa, like Ryan Jeffers, if they didn't have really good players at the top, they wouldn't be 3 games over 500. But it is kind of crazy. They are more likely than not to make the playoffs, even with all their flaws right now, which is something they have to figure out. Judd, Twins vibes are blank right now.
They're erratic. They are erratic. And let me give you so on the surface, 34 and 31 is not terrible. And like, you look at that and you're like, okay, they're competitive, right? But let me give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 just sample sizes of how this season has gone thus far, okay? First 20 games, 7-13. Ooh, boy, that's not looking too good. Next 12 games, won them all, 12-0. Followed by 5-3, 0-7, 9-3, 0-5. And then they beat the Pirates in the finale. So I'll break that one off because I think they're going to go on a run here because they play the Rockies next, who are awful. The Rockies are a terrible baseball team. So this team and the Twins are erratic. They cannot find so here's the weird thing too. Okay, so the Yankees beat you up twice now, and it was as if it dented your confidence. So, like, you get beat there, and they went to Cleveland next. Cleveland, to Dex's point, is good. I don't think that they are the Guards, as we've discussed. I don't know that they're as good as they're playing, but they're good. But I certainly wouldn't consider them, like, untouchably great. And they got swept there. But then, like, to confirm the weird thing about the Twins getting knocked off their game, they go to Pittsburgh and get shut up back-to-back games with really good starts.
It's like in football when you play the 49ers the next week. The next week you're so that you lose your game the next week.
So the erratic nature of this team, and then it feels like, okay, in extras they beat the Pirates, and it feels like now they could easily, by the next time we do this, it would not be surprising if we were talking about a team that had lost once more and had won every other game.
So, okay, and I'll give you my vibe check here in a second, but let's say that now that we've settled in, we've got two months and change of, this is, like Declan said, this is the lake that you're in. This is your property here. And they're like I said, they're unlikely to win the division at this rate, barring a big trade of some kind or just a crazy stretch.
Sure.
But they are likely to get a wild card spot and kind of be back in a similar situation as last year. I think what they have to figure out then is, well, how many chips do you borrow from future poker tables prospects to make a push this year? Is this a team that you should be looking to spark and jumpstart with some big move? Or is it a team that you should just, hey, do whatever you guys can do. We'll maybe make a little tweak here or there, but we're certainly not going to give up a Brooks Lee or a Walker Kessler or one of the big prospects. And let's sprinkle that conversation into the rest of the state of the Twins here.
Great conversation.
I will give you my vibe check. Twins vibe